Hello.
Hey.
Welcome to the non-Greg Sterlace Show. I'm your host, the Pamazon. We almost had the actual Greg Sterlace here, but it didn't happen. Yeah, it didn't happen. So, but that's okay.
Maybe next week.
Maybe next week. We have another fabulous guest, so
Yes,
it's all good.
We have our best guest of the West.
Hi.
Yes, the delightful Slade of the legendary Captain Crook Records is here, as I've talked about many times on this show, and who may or may not be involved with a certain pony-based band. Not saying that. I know that's that he might be friends with Big Moose.
Where's my little pony thing I bought you?
It's downstairs.
Oh,
I know.
okay.
I meant to bring it up, but it's downstairs. I was wearing it in the car.
Oh, cool.
But yes, you're friends with Big Moose, at least, right?
I know him pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is he a good guy?
He's pretty nice. The person that does his material's a lot better.
Big Moose is on the new Captain Crook comp, which you can get for free because we're putting them. We're Easter egg hunting it. You can find it all over Buffalo. You're gonna put some in Rochester. We're gonna put some in LA. This is the East Coast edition. There's also a West Coast edition. It's got some top names on there, including Big Moose.
I said top.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
definitely if it's different on the West Coast than the East Coast.
Dudley.
You're gonna start
Oh, this is
you're gonna
Dudley.
start some fights and some rivalries. and
That's Dudley speaking.
that's bad stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's Dudley. He's talking to us. But yeah, we got some big names on here. Let me open this little number and list off some of my.
Is there a brony rivalry between the East Coast and the West Coast?
I wish. It's pretty much dead.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, there's you got The Squirrel, also known as The Squirrel is the President, by Gabby Lala. You've got Be Alright by Marco and the Bruisers, which is another favorite. You've got Backseat Trash, which is a really great song called Later Teens. I'm on here. There's a Green Twin song called Sauce Power, which is a really fun one. That's all keyboards. It's a very techno song. It's very fun. Ryan Manhole's also on here. He also knows Big Moose. There's a lot of. You got Lil Riri doing Gucci on My Feet. There's some fun songs on here.
Lil Riri's gonna be a hit one day.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a thief, though.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a. From what I've heard, he's a bit of a thieving something. Yeah, I don't know. There's some really great songs on here. This is my favorite of the comps you've done for travel so far.
Yeah, every time I go on vacation, I make a free compilation because I like throwing away money. And I don't like having a profitable label.
You said somebody in Canada got real mad at you for it, right?
Oh yeah, they got. I usually get a lot of record stores when I go on vacation, so I try to leave like a little gift for the customers because they usually have like flyer sections.
Oh, yeah.
And we were at this store, I think it was called Vinyl Records in Vancouver, and my girlfriend needed the battery pack out of our backpack. And I think he thought we were trying to steal, but we have a tiny little girl backpack, and records are big, and they don't fit in there.
Yeah, yeah.
And so as I was leaving, I threw like 3 copies down as we were walking out because there's nothing I wanted, and everything in Canada's overpriced. So,
Very expensive.
he ran over and like picked them up real quick and was trying to figure out where they came from. I'm like, I made those. I didn't steal them. And they just like kind of like glares like, ugh, and then we just left. Yeah.
You need to stop reverse stealing.
Yeah. Yeah. Trying to get free stuff.
Yeah, sorry, Dudley.
Actually, once I opened the door downstairs, which is locked, there's a door and then another door, and I opened the door and there was a pair of Jenkos on my steps.
Ooh, that's a win.
It was very weird.
Did they fit?
Yeah, they fit.
Ooh,
And they had weird velvet like snowflakes on them.
that's like a rare item now.
I know.
Now that they're out of business.
Right? Yeah.
I didn't know they were out of business.
It was very strange. I don't know where they came from or how someone got into my house to smuggle pants in.
It's those ghost pants.
Ghost pants. I was a raver. Now I'm dead. Have my ghost pants.
I was just watching. That's how Hot Topic got big. I didn't realize that Hot Topic supposedly started making those jeans that you could fit glow sticks into with like a billion pockets.
The Trip jeans?
Yeah, it's the 30th anniversary of Hot Topic, so I was looking up the how they came.
Their highlights of their career?
Yeah, I was. And that's how they got really big. They made those jeans with like a billion pockets so you can go to raves and put like tons of glow sticks in your pockets.
Oh, wow.
I played at GCC once, and I do electronic music at Genesee Community College, and I played their Rock Fest, and I set up my electronic stuff, and there's like literally nobody there, and I'm like, oh man, okay, well, whatever, I'm just gonna do my set, right? My one friend was there. He's like, I'll dance. Okay, great. I start playing, and out of nowhere, kids show up with glow sticks. I think they were carrying those glow sticks around for years, waiting for an opportunity in Genesee County to have an electronic musician. They're like, oh god, it's an electronic musician, holy crap.
I can't think of anything grosser than a rave. Just a bunch of people doing drugs, having sex, listening to bad music with glow sticks. I can't think of anywhere less I'd rather be. I don't know about you, but...
it seems very unsanitary, so it
exactly,
sounds gross. But you know, if you're on enough drugs, anything's fun.
That's a good point. When I started hearing about things called like the cuddle pile, I'm like, no, I'm totally.
If you do enough drugs, smells go away, and there's no problem.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But
Velvet Al used to do the boob circle. You're like, oh, I'm pained.
No, thanks. God, that's gross.
The boob circle.
They don't need to be in circles. They're already circle-ish. God, that's so gross. I don't know. Raves are weird. There just seems like everyone's on drugs and fucking and... I don't know. I've never been to a rave. I don't want to ever go to one. I don't know if you've ever been to one.
I went to one rave once, and everyone there was on drugs, and I was just drunk. And I was sitting there, I was drunk, and I wasn't feeling good. And some guy came up to me with these finger flashlights, waving them in my face, and he was like, "I'm just trying to help your high." And I was like, "I'm not high. I want to go home." And yeah, that was the end of that. Raves are creepy, though, because I remember the ones in Eugene. It was always like a 14-year-old girl with a pacifier grinding on like a 40-year-old dude. And it just never felt right being there.
That's
like,
so nasty.
It's like a
that's a little disturbing.
paradise, I guess.
That's so illegal and gross and weird.
Not at a rave.
Yeah,
everything's fun.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't need to go to. I've been to enough things. Like I've been to them. Don't get me wrong, but I just kind of observe from the outside and watch people be gross. And like one time, Andy and I got invited to this thing called the Naked Party, and we just kind of walked.
Did you go naked?
Everyone else was naked, and they were very upset that we weren't. So
was that after the naked bike ride? Because that's usually when that happens.
I don't know, but it was weird, and we left, and it was gross, and it was awkward because everyone was fucking and naked and on drugs, and it was like a shitty rave without clothes.
Was it in the summer?
Probably. I don't remember. It was a bad memory. When I went to Portland, though, everyone was naked on the bikes that day.
Oh, the naked bike ride?
Yeah, we have that here, too, and then lots of times there's a naked party afterwards. The most fun ones were the anything but clothes party, where people would make clothes out of things that weren't cloth.
At least you're wearing something. I don't want to see somebody's hairy asshole.
Really funny.
Whitney's teacher invited her to the naked bike ride. I always thought that was funny.
Yeah, that is
like,
funny. That's
also weird.
That's
like,
gross.
Imagine your teacher being like, "You want to go ride bikes naked with me?" Like,
no,
doesn't seem right.
I don't understand how these people aren't terrified of being burned in really inappropriate places. That's all I would be thinking about.
Say the sun don't shine there because it's not supposed to shine there.
Exactly, and then if you burn it.
Yeah, I don't want. Because imagine,
Yes.
God, peeling nasty burned skin off your ball sack. How gross that would be.
That seems like that would be hard to burn, though. But maybe you could if you're riding one of those bikes where you're standing up, and the sun was low enough in the sky.
I don't want to think about it enough.
I'm sorry. I was just thinking of the physics of it.
People who are naked in public are probably dirty, gross anyway.
Oh, I don't know if that's true, but maybe they are.
I don't care if it's my friend. You're gross. Don't take your clothes off in public. Clothes were invented so people don't see that.
Okay.
But anyway, sorry. I know I went on a rant about gross raves and nasty naked people.
I agree with you. I prefer no one to see me naked.
Yeah, I don't want to see people. I don't want to see myself naked half the time. It's gross. No one needs to see that. But are you glad to finally be on the show?
I'm glad to be on the show. I'm glad to be in Buffalo.
I heard, speaking of being in Buffalo, I heard you guys went to the final closing sale at Kmart.
Oh yeah, that was ghetto.
It was gross. I worked in a Kmart once for like a month though.
You got banned from Kmart though, right?
Well, I mean, like I could never get rehired because they called me and asked if I was coming to my final shift, and I said no, and I will never be there again. I just kind of hung up. I got drunk the night before. I was like, I don't want to work at Kmart anymore.
I remember you telling me something about a tire went through a window or something.
No. That's a different thing.
Oh, that was something else?
No.
Yeah, this Kmart, it's a little sketchy, but it's still good to go there if you just want to get that last Kmart experience.
I love Kmart. And on the archive.org are the found tapes of the Kmart Muzak from I think it's from the 70s and 80s.
Was it actually made by Muzak?
No, Kmart actually hired people to make music for them.
Oh, okay.
It's maybe
Yeah, it is.
no other case will do. It's true. It won't. No other case will do.
Before it was Kmart, it was called Kresge's.
Oh, I didn't know that. But yes. If you go to the archive.org, you can find this Kmart music.
You were watching a bunch of crazy porn on there.
Maybe.
You found all this crazy weird. We found this weird, crazy European porn where it's just.
Well, no, it was vintage.
Just P-play?
It was vintage stuff.
Yeah, they were just doing everything. They were just being gross.
I like black and white porn.
Yeah. It
Yes,
was
it
like
was
ancient.
silent
So it's art.
porn.
It's not porn.
See,
It's
exactly.
pretty
It's
porn,
art,
though.
John. Cut it out.
They're like.
If it's
watching
black and white,
art.
it's art.
It's grosser than most modern porn.
I was watching art. Thank you. I was curious.
Well, that's what I told them when they tried to arrest me when I was going over to Canada and I had Robert Crumb books with me.
That it was art?
Yeah, well, that's what happened because they were putting me in the little jail, and they said it was like pornography, and I wasn't allowed, and I was thrown in jail, and I had to call a lawyer and everything, and eventually they got some expert to tell them it was art, so I was allowed to be out of jail.
That's the scary crossing the border stories.
Yeah, when we went over, they stole all of our stuff. I still never got those CDs and records I bought back.
Well, they stole your stuff. I got my stuff. So.
Oh, I thought they stole your meds, or that was Whitney.
Oh, they took her ibuprofen.
Oh, okay.
But they thought it was real drugs.
Yeah.
I don't know. They couldn't tell the
They
difference.
need some training.
They all pulled us apart. We were all put in different little cells and stuff. It was terrifying. Oh, remember when that Chinese lady was yelling at Whitney?
Oh, because she said it wouldn't fit when he's like, yeah, it's gonna fit.
Yeah.
She was wrong.
Yeah, that was funny. And that lady, I tell you. And she chases her out the store. Oh, that was funny.
I almost got arrested at the border because they found a police baton in my car. It was not mine. But they're like, this is an illegal weapon and you're smuggling it over the border. So that was very terrifying. Somebody had it and they had dropped it in the back of my car.
Oh.
And then I went to Canada and we were searched by the Canadian cops. They didn't find it, but the Americans did. And they were like, yeah, they were going to throw me in jail. But then I said, why don't you call the Canadians and see if they lost a baton? And the Canadians actually said, oh, yeah, I think we might have. So,
That's funny.
Oh, thank you, Canada. Thank you, Canada.
Very lucky.
Thank you, Canada.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Jail is not fun. I'm terrified across.
How long were you there?
Hours. It was scary. They were like really like pressing me and like they had to search because I also had a laptop in the car, which looks really suspicious. And
How does that look suspicious?
I had a laptop in a garbage bag in the car.
Oh, well, that might be a little suspicious.
And
Yeah, you kind of look like a crazy person.
yeah, I think so. I do look a little. Hey, I'm coming to Canada with weird porn.
Jeez.
You know.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah.
Hi. That's my terrible Eric Starchild
Well, I
impression.
realized something when people don't live on the border. Like one of the people that we were with was like, "Let's just leave. Fuck them. What can they do?" And I'm like, "No, we can't just leave. You have no Miranda rights here. Do not leave. You will be locked up for a long time, and you will have no rights. Do not go." Because they were not from this area and didn't understand the border situation, which is terrifying. I think I went over once after that because I had a show to play in Canada, and I've not went over since because I'm too scared.
I went over once to play again with Andy once. But
Were you scared?
I was terrified.
Oh man, I was.
Oh,
So
no, actually, no,
terrified.
that was the same time. I'm sorry. That was the time I got thrown in jail.
Yeah, when we went over, they started asking questions, and we started like talking like crazy people because we were afraid they're gonna pull us over and put us in jail. And they just stared at us like, "What is wrong with you? Just go."
Do you have that problem when you go over on, like, through Washington?
No. Oh, we got stopped one time, but that was because I went in the wrong lane. So it caused a bunch of, like...
Caused
Okay.
a bunch of, like,
yeah,
what are
they
you
thought we were
doing?
trying to sneak through, and I just didn't know what I was doing. But that's about it.
That's good. That's
That
better
is
than
good,
the New York one.
right?
Yeah, they don't really bug us over there.
Didn't you say, speaking of
That's
Washington, didn't you get to pee on Kurt Cobain's house once?
I peed on his fence.
Yeah, yeah.
But, like, I had to go. There was nowhere to go. I was up by his house, and there's this little bush, and you just crawl back there and pee.
Oh.
But I didn't realize the day we went there was like the day he died. So like
no.
there was a ton of people like up there.
No.
Oh
And
wow.
so like we were kind of blocked in. I was like, I'm gonna pee my pants, or I'm gonna find somewhere to pee.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Well, Kurt Cobain's gross. He painted with, like, his own, like, shit and piss and shit. Did you know that?
No.
That's what the cover of Incesticide's made out of.
Piss and shit.
Piss, shit, and cum.
That's hot.
He used his he used his own cum in his art all the time. Isn't that disgusting?
I think a lot of people
That's
use
very
their own
sustainable.
It's disgusting, though.
cum. I'm more disgusted by the shit, but
The shit's gross, too. They're all gross. I don't want any of his nasty, like, skinny hipster white boy fluids all over my stuff.
I think you're safe. Currently safe.
Metallica did that, too, though. Like, there's a couple Metallica albums where it's made out of shit. and
Really?
blood. Yeah.
why is everybody making album covers out of shit and blood?
I don't know what it is, but a reload. No, it's called load because it is a load.
Ew.
It's cum, shit, and blood. Look it up.
Did they make it or did they pay someone else?
They
to
paid
make
someone else to make it.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. So they paid someone to take a shit on some canvas and, like, write load on it.
I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah, it's really gross. I used
Yeah,
to think it was
yeah.
fire because it's, like, red. They must have ate something really gross. It's like red shit.
They can put filters on things.
Yeah, but I don't know. Why would anyone want that? Who wants that?
I don't know.
I mean, it's like,
Not
well,
me.
You know what I found about Buckethead? When he was recording Chinese Democracy, a dog took a shit in his recording studio, and he was super excited. And then when somebody cleaned it, he got real depressed and quit Guns N' Roses until they legally told him they would put the dog shit back.
Oh.
That's yeah.
And they did.
that's-
When they put the
that's a
dog
little-
shit back, he rejoined the band and finished recording an album.
That's very very odd.
Yeah, this quickly became a shit show.
Yeah, I sure did.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to hog the show, but I just started thinking about, like, how gross people use art and how weird Kurt Cobain is. Because it went from you pissing on his house to him pissing on his art.
I'm peeing on his house. I peed on a fence
Oh, on
near
his
his
fence.
house.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's like big gap.
Was it a nice house?
It's a beautiful house.
That's cool.
Oh.
I mean, if I was gonna kill myself, I'd kill myself in a house like that. So.
Well, there you go. It's pretty nice for a junkie, I guess.
Eh.
I don't know.
We had a big band dispute about whether Courtney killed him or not.
I don't think so. I think he was just crazy.
It broke down. 2 people for, 2 against, a third saying, I don't know what the hell happened.
What'd you pick?
I said, no, come on. This sounds crazy.
I don't think she did, but she did. She'd be like even more badass. So
Do you have more respect for her?
yeah, I love Courtney over Kurt always.
Okay.
Courtney's way more badass. So
Kurt talks like this all the time, man. I'm just, like, so, like, tortured, you know? It's like, shut up. You're a millionaire. Shut up. He talks like a
That's an
surfer.
interesting take. I'll have to tell them. Here's another hot take. If she did, she's even more.
I don't
badass.
think she did. But like that credit, like that's
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I think so too. But
Yeah,
I'm
why,
like, come on.
like, yeah, why? Wind. It's Kurt's angry ghost yelling at us.
Shut up
Shut
about
it
that
out,
bitch.
man.
Talk about me.
What are you talking about? I'm cool, man. I don't know. Kurt, I like Nirvana a lot, but Kurt's kind of he seems so lame. He seems like he's so like I'm like cool. I'm like too cool, man. You know what I mean? Doesn't he seem that way, or is it just me?
I guess like I never really paid much attention to him. I listened to the music and that was about it for me.
I like the music. I like his music a lot, but it's like if you hear Kurt, what's the other Kurt? The guy from Metallica. He sounds. Yeah, man. I just really like to do the music. I can feel like peace flowing through my soul when I play it. And it's like, shut up. You're playing like guitar solos for Metallica.
Well, he can still feel peaceful.
I know, but it's still, I don't know. It's just weird seeing like this hard rock Asian guy in Metallica. Just.
I mean, he's a badass.
Yeah.
He's gotta like live up to that. Making millions of dollars.
Yeah, making millions of dollars playing. He wasn't even on
I'd be
the last
pretty
album.
peaceful if I was paid millions of dollars to play my guitar.
Because he recorded all the guitar solos. Well, I can't think of his name. Kirk Hammett.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it? No, yeah. And he wasn't even on the last album because he recorded all the guitar on his phone and then he lost the phone.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Isn't that,
Oh, that's kind of.
Yeah, that's hilarious to me. What a dumbass. I mean, I guess when you're that rich, it doesn't really matter.
No, not at all.
You know.
Probably better off he lost the phone.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just like not meant to be, man. In my like heart, you know. It's like whatever. It's not the way it's flow, bro. I don't know. He's just weird. It's just I don't know. Just this, Metallica's a weird thing. They're so multicultural. You got a Mexican guy, you got a Danish guy, you got an American white guy, you got an Asian guy, and I think that's all of them. But that still seems pretty multicultural. I don't know what I'm saying. Never mind.
I
don't know anything about Metallica.
There's not too much to know. Just angry people yelling, "Yeah!" over guitar solos.
I don't know much about too many metal bands. I did play in that one cover band that was a cover band for... Who was it a cover for?
Motorhead?
No, previous to Motorhead.
Well, I don't know if Hawkwind's really metal.
Hawkwind. Oh, they're not metal. Okay, never mind.
They're just
then.
like psychedelic rock.
Alright, then I don't know anything. That's all I do, and I don't even know that. Alright.
Well, Slade and I both like Deathclaw. You've seen Deathclaw live, right?
Mm-mm.
I thought you did.
No, still haven't seen them.
I hope you can. They're so good live. It's one of my favorite shows I've ever seen.
Yeah?
Deathclaw is so good live. But...
Good stage show or just performance-wise?
Well, I mean,
overall?
like, I think it's really funny because they really play the characters.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know.
What kind of characters are they?
You could probably explain it better than
Although,
me.
I
How would
was
you explain
lecturing
it?
today, and one of my students, I went over to help him, and very softly, he was playing all sorts of 80s hair metal on his computer.
Oh, that's funny.
While I was lecturing, had it really low, just so he
Why?
could hear it. I don't know. I thought it was funny, so I didn't tell him to turn it off. I was like, this is very odd. So I'm going to ignore it.
Yeah, that is pretty weird. That's a really weird thing for someone like young to be into.
Yeah, he was playing all this. I kept hearing, and then I was kind of like listening to see which new 80s, what 80s hair metal song would come up, It was very odd.
Like
Yeah.
Twisted Sister?
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah.
Twisted Sister is real weird. They just ended.
Really?
Yeah, they just stopped. That was like that's one of my earliest memories is seeing Twisted Sister.
Really? That's very odd. How
Yeah.
old were you?
I was very young.
2?
I was probably around that. I was
Wow.
really young. I don't remember why. I don't really like Twisted Sister.
We're not gonna take it.
Oh, that's such a...
No, we ain't gonna take it
We're not gonna take it
anymore.
I don't know. Have you been to any metal shows, really?
I saw Opeth once.
Really? That's
Yeah.
a weird one to go to. That's like so specific. How'd you end up seeing Opeth?
Friend liked Opeth. Gave me a ticket. I went to Opeth.
Well, the girl in Opeth's like really
No,
technical.
Opeth. No, that's OTEP.
Oh yeah,
OTEP's
I'm sorry.
the girl. Opeth's the dude.
Oh okay.
I've seen Jucifer. They're super heavy.
Are they? I don't know them. I recognize the name. I don't know them.
That's
though.
I remember there's like 20 different Jucifer songs by Cyberpeanut. I don't know if you remember those.
I know those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jucifer just brings like a wall of amps and strings them all together, and it's just ridiculously loud. It's just a spectacle. I remember one time, like, I went, and the next day my friend was like, "Oh, I'm sick from watching that. It was too loud."
It is very loud. I like it, but I don't like the screaming. I don't like metal where people are just screaming. It's like, just settle down. I want to know what you're saying.
Well, they have that whole Nice album where she's not screaming.
Yeah, that was fine. I liked that one a lot.
And it was a theme album. Was it Marie Antoinette?
I think so. You should
Yeah,
look at that
yeah.
one. That was really good. Well, what's a really crazy concert moment you can share with us?
Should have prepared me for that.
Sorry.
Recently, I went and saw Ghostbane, and some dude jumped off the balcony next to us, so that was kind of cool.
Whoa.
But
What happened?
guy was just excited, wanted to jump off the balcony into the crowd of teenage kids below him.
Damn.
So they caught him though.
You
so
saw Lil
okay.
Peep a
Good
bunch
on
of
them.
times,
Good.
right? That was pretty
Huh?
cool. You saw Lil Peep a bunch of times. It was pretty
I saw
cool.
him twice.
That's
before
pretty
he
nice,
died,
though.
So. Yeah, he was cool. He was fun live.
Did you talk to him after?
And talk to him. Well, because I mean, I'm like 26, and his fan base is like 14. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
surround some
Yeah, that's a good point.
young guy with me.
When I saw Death Clock, somebody threw a garbage can at me.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
Did you deserve it?
I don't think so.
Were you running your mouth?
I was just standing there, and all of a sudden, a garbage can hits me, and I fall over, and he tells me, "I couldn't see, man."
Jeez.
I got hit in the head with a plastic cup by Chrissy Hine because my friend loved Chrissy Hine. He's like, "I'll pay for you to go to Toronto. We'll stay in Toronto and we'll go see Chrissy Hine." And I didn't really care about seeing Chrissy Hine, but I'm like, I get to go to Toronto for free. And then, like, it was packed, and she got pissed and threw a cup. And, like, everybody ducked. And all of a sudden, like, why is everybody whack? Why is everybody... Oh, okay, that's why.
It was a really funny story when I saw Guns N' Roses where Axl Rose said somebody dropped an entire jar of piss on his head as he was going on stage.
Oh,
And
Did he
that's
continue?
terrible.
yeah, he said he did, and then he said another time he got hit with 5 like bloody tampons, and he didn't know what they were. He said he felt something really warm inside of his shirt, and then when he looked after, there was just a bunch of gross bloody.
Where are you
tampons.
getting all these disgusting stories from? Are they real?
Yeah,
Are they facts?
This is what I saw. Axl Rose was talking about it when I saw Guns N' Roses that one time.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was very gross.
I think you have more disgusting stories than me at this point.
Yeah, that's
I don't go to too many big shows because I don't care. Because I want to see, like, I don't know, you're so far away and it's rough.
I always get right up on the stage.
Do you? I always want to I'm just like, let's go see my friends.
I can see them anytime. Like, that's the whole point.
That's also true.
Well, I got egged more than once, and I've also been pissed on, to be fair.
How do you get pissed on?
Yeah.
Well, I was standing there, and we were singing, and I didn't realize that this guy had pulled his shorts down, and he was just kind of pissing, and it kind of started just kind of hitting us. He was real high.
Wait, was this like at a show?
This was just outside. We were just playing. And then one time I was in another place that reminds me, I saw this guy, there was this Indian guy, and he was going to the bathroom, and all of a sudden this other guy pulls his dick out, and he starts pissing all over him, and he's like, "You like it, you like it, you like it." And he's like, "What the fuck? No, stop it. What are you doing?" And he's just running away. And the other guy just keeps pissing on him, saying how much he loves it.
Ew.
And he's like, "That's gay, bro. Stop it. No, please, stop it."
That's very bizarre.
That was really
Yeah.
gross.
That's very strange.
I've never been pissed on. That makes me happy.
Yeah, like, I don't think the guy was trying to piss on me when he did, but he was really high. We were at some festival.
So then you know from experience that it's better to be pissed off than on.
Yeah,
I'd rather be pissed on than pissed off. So.
yeah,
I'd rather be pissed off
I
because
can at
I'm
least
used to
wash
being
the
pissed
piss
off.
away. So.
yeah. That's true.
If
You
I'm pissed
can't-
off, that'll go all day.
Why do they call it water sports? Like, it's not water. That's gross. Don't make me think of water, because water is nice.
It's living water.
I mean, I guess.
It's yummy water.
I was at a show.
Does
and
it actually taste good?
Ugh.
It was kind of a big show, and I ran to go to the bathroom, and then I heard them call for my band to load it, and it was like a time crunch situation. I flushed the toilet and the freaking thing exploded all over me, and I had to
Oh,
run
why?
on stage. I don't
Was it
know.
broken?
Yeah, apparently. And I was like,
Call us, friends. Tell us your favorite piss
your sad
story.
toilet stories, your piss stories, your any story really. Even a nice bedtime story, we'll take it.
What's that, Slade?
I mean, whose phone number is that?
That's Dudley's phone number.
Oh.